Yo, what's up? Your boy KARCENO is here, live. I'm Batman. No, I'm not Batman. I'm a black man. And I'm here to tell you this was one of the most revealing things that people needed to hear. And I think it went past a lot of people's ears because don't nobody even listen, right? Tasha K came out and just basically just went in on Corey Holcomb, and it was clear this was a big old nothing burger with cheese. She was going after him as if this was her ex-boyfriend who then left her with the bills and didn't pay nothing. He said he paid it and he just moved out and went with a new chick. This is how she was acting all day. She got on her show. I didn't see no wines on the wall, nothing. It was just like bland. And she just was going off. It's obviously she must have talked to the daughter or the ex-wife or baby mama, whatever she was, because she just went off her bag. And all she could do in that situation and moment in time was vent on Corey Holcomb. And I'm like, what is the history here? And she just go all off about everything. Now everybody know that you was with that bitch, and you went with your wife, and you started sleeping with Darlene, and you didn't have a place to stay, and you had to live with them, but you stink and you fat and you good. I'm like, what in the world is Tasha K doing? But it's clear she wants to dictate some back and forth with Corey. But she talking about, I'm going to release the tapes and I'm going to release all the information I got. She going way over the line. So now that she done went this route, she done went way over the line. And she got all this stuff going on, all this nonsense, right? This is where it all breaks down to. She really has nothing going for herself. And when you have nothing really going for yourself and you got to create this buzz, you got so many lawsuits possibly that's going to put you in a bad spot. Because even though it fades out of the headlines, you still got to deal with those lawsuits. So that's still going on. Now, I don't know how far this is going to go. She don't have a lot of friends in the industry. And I mean friends in the industry that could like say, it's what we need to do to protect you. You got a lot of powerful people saying, oh no. You got a lot of minions telling a lot of powerful people business who got no power at all. And they using your platform. They ain't gonna go after the little minion person over there. They gonna go after you. Because they were standing on your platform. They knock your platform down, that little minion person fall down. Because ain't nobody in the upper echelon of that business gonna touch them. They ain't getting on TMZ. And you giving them a spotlight to try to take down multi-millionaires. Woo! It's a powerful, powerful, powerful way to go. But your attack on Corey seems to be one-sided. And I don't even think you tried to even hear or understand the other side. But there's supposed to be this salacious rumor that he's slipping around with Darlene. And we'll let you hear what Corey had to say in response to all of this. So here we go. Fair Use Act. We're only playing commentary. We're not rebroadcasting the entire Corey Holcomb show. What we're doing is just going over a clip.
I am Corey Holcomb, and according to all these so-called motherfuckers with all this information, This is my girl right here. Hey, baby.
What did I say when you walked? What did I say when you walked in?
I forgot how you said that.
Hey, lover.
Hey, let me just go for this right there. If me and Darlene, so
Fair point.
what you called me? Is that what it is? Nigga, you are the thirstiest mother. No, I'm not some motherfucker who got some goddamn contract like Ime Adoka had in Boston. Whatever the I do, I ain't got to explain this to the real niggas, but I'm explaining it to the lames. Whatever the I do, so
Now, that is a Chicago response. That is a way we used to do it back in the 80s and 90s. That's the way it used to go. That was the word that was used in the Midwest. I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but in the 80s and 90s, that was the word. Somebody do that and say anything, you be like, so? So what? if I'm sleeping with her, so? What's the problem? Whoop-de-doo. What is the problem? So? Like, what was he doing? What was supposed to happen here? He was supposed to get in trouble. He was going to get spanked. Let me get that right? He's supposed to get a spanking, a talking to. What did y'all expect to happen? This is what I don't understand or get. What did y'all expect to go down? That's what I'm like. I'm confused. Like, what was the motivation here? Like, what was supposed to be the driving force behind all of this? That's the part I'm trying to get to. What was that supposed to look like? What was it supposed to be? Corey was supposed to just break down. And after he breaks down, that's it. That was supposed to be the big, ooh, wow. We got it. No.
It's a fact.
Corey, he doing this. What the whole say? My wife left me because I'm with D.
I was like,
so
wait,
nigga, I don't give about none of that shit.
I was like, wait, hold up. When I started getting all these messages, I was like, wait, what kind of color?
Oh, your birthday. Yesterday was your birthday.
Yes, and
Happy
I was like,
birthday.
thank you to you.
Man, on a birthday. But that's it. So? Why do people care so much that it feels like it affected her? She acted like she had a bombshell to reveal. What's the reveal? Corey ain't gonna care. He's a Chicago soft side nigga. If I've ever seen one, it's him to the core. He don't care. See, that's the thing y'all don't realize about Chicago people. And this is what I have to say more than anything. New York, y'all niggas is way too emotional. Way too emotional. Way more emotional and passionate than we are. We more laid back and don't give a it more than anything in the world. Okay? We only do that, meaning the weak do that because they betas. But not real people from the city. Real people from the city is so focused on themselves. They can care less about what anybody else is saying about that situation. They don't care. You're like, so? You're losing. care what he think. I mean, really, they don't care. So if you don't care, this is the direction you go in. That's what happened in the situation. They didn't care. They was like, oh, this such and such did this and this. I don't care. Oh, but such and such. I don't care. So everybody's sitting around and nobody cares. Like nobody. And that's an alarming fact. And I want people to understand where that cycle is and where is it coming from. Like that people are not caring because they're not. They don't give a damn about anything somebody else is doing right now. You think Corey Holcomb just report on what's in the trending topic of news, or he'll tell you stuff that he know or seen and went through. Everybody responding to stuff that happened to Corey Holcomb. Danielle Rollins decided to come up and say something to him while he wasn't even mentioning him. He felt it was a need to say something. And go support the 5150 show, Corey Holcomb. Go to Corey Holcomb on YouTube and support the page and subscribe and do all of those wonderful things. And do that here as well, please. If you like the content that you hear, please subscribe to the page. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, all of those wonderful things too. You could donate to the Cash App like the banner says, which is KARCENO. That's how you spell it. And we have a Patreon, which is KARCENO for life. Now, let's get to the gist of all of this, because I want people to understand what we're saying with some type of urgency or sincerity. And I want people to understand it clearly. It's cool if somebody else want to give you that kind of information and you want to tell it to the world. Hey, I ain't mad at Tasha K for doing what she do, and she trying to hustle and do what she got to do in her situation. That's fine. That's your hustle. I ain't knocking it. But all I'm going to say is this. Remember, the same people that you was up against and bumping your head up against are the same people that's going to be turning up against you as soon as they align themselves with somebody else. You see, in Hollywood, you'll have a problem with somebody, or you'll be having a back and forth with. Then they'll make an alliance with somebody you cool with, or somebody that was a friend of yours in the business. Now, that same person or that person that's friendly in the business with you is now turning sour on you because now they have mended a friendship. It's nothing different than you, right? Your boy and his girl, right? They have a fight and they break up. And you and your boy talking and you saying some crazy stuff about his girl. And you right. And this and that. You right. She all that. And they both going back and forth talking bad about the girl. Then he get back with the girl. But now he different with you. Because now he like, man, you said some thing about my girl. You said it too. Yeah, but she kind of don't like it now because, you felt that way about her. I ain't know you felt like all of that, but, I was with it at the time. But, yeah, don't worry. Just give us some time. We'll get everybody back together. That's the kind of stuff they go through. That's the kind of stuff these people go through now. You see what I'm saying? And then now, even though he said the same things in agreement, now there's some friction. Because he was a mouse and ran back to his girl. So this is the situation that people are faced with in the industry. It's the same thing. You thought this person was your person that you was cool with, and once you said something about somebody that they know now and they didn't like them either. Now, all of a sudden, they buddy. Like, oh no, this person cool now. And you still like, well, they ain't cool with me. Now they looking at you kind of weird. Now you're like, it's kind of you, not them. And you're like, dude, are you serious? They got you switching up. That's how these people move out here. So it's no different. So when he talked about Danielle Rollins, the people that's aligned with Danielle Rollins are going to start talking out and trying to defend Danielle Rollins. And Corey, and they cool with Corey. They other comedians. And they see Corey Holcomb. They know Corey funny. And they know they like Corey Holcomb. So now it's like, okay, there's a line. Two of the people I'm cool with are, having words. I wasn't supposed to choose a side. See, everybody think, like, you got to choose this side or that side. Like Corey said, look, ain't no middle with me. You either with me or you ain't. And if you halfway over there, I'm going to push you on the other side. And I understand that. He from Chicago. That's normally how it works. That's the same thing I did with the Charlos. Jamel's like, man, that ain't me. That's my brother Jamal and all that. We good. And I was like, cool with that. I was like, all right, cool. We cool. Maul is the problem. That's what I needed to know. Next thing you know, he going out with his brother, and his brother talking crazy about us. And he right there with his brother, like, yeah, they should get F them. And then when he see us, oh, hey, how you doing? No, don't do that. Because if you're going to act like that when your brother's around, saying, no, I'm just doing that because that's my brother. And I'm acting like that when I'm with my brother. But when he ain't here and I'm with y'all, it's all good. Go over there with your brother. Don't be over here with us. Stay your ass over there with your brother. I like that better. You stay over there. I don't want no fake stuff over here. No. Ain't going to be no fake love. Look, stay over there with your brother. And that's exactly what we said. You stay over there. You with him. Y'all are an entity. Y'all are Siamese twins to me. Y'all are both finna get the smoke. So y'all both on that side of the fence. So that's how it rolled with me. Never took disrespect too well. So when somebody's disrespectful for no reason, then you gotta put it in line and just be like, dude, I'm not some kiss ass reporter. This is not finna go the way you think. Now, a lot of people had some problems they had to discuss. And because of it, it led to Corey having to address the Godfrey situation. They come out trying to defend Danielle Rollins, and they basically saying, well, Corey's wrong. They go on TMZ. They go to Harvey Levin to go to the big platform on TMZ, right, and misquote what Corey Holcomb was saying, right, to make it look like he's basically bashing homosexuality and stuff. So that was the whole term. So they go on a homosexuals platform, and then they come up with that, right? So now you have Vlad come out and say something too, because of course, what's gonna happen? You don't like Corey because Corey ain't gonna come on the show and be a sucker. So what he was like, oh, okay, I ain't gonna come on your show and be a sucker. Fine. Since you ain't gonna let me come on your show and be a sucker, this is what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna ask everybody who come on my show about Corey Holcomb. Nah. So that's only gonna help people come back on my side of the thing. So knock yourself out. You gonna put Danielle Rollins on there? Danielle gonna be, so what about Corey? What did Corey do? So look, the people like Corey Holcomb know. These guys over there, like Godfrey and the rest of them dudes, they align themselves with Danielle Rollins because he's right next to Chappelle, and they can help these dudes out. So they gonna keep sniffing around the door, hoping the door opens up and the master throw them a couple of biscuits out the door. Like, Dave, throw us something. Come on, Dave, throw us something. Daniel Rollins, he get to go inside the door and come back out. Man, I wish I could get in that door. I'm gonna just keep sniffing at the door though. Keep sniffing at the door, hoping they throw you a bone. That's what they do. They complain about the white man, Vlad don't play the black people, and that's why we had to leave and go do our own thing to go to another white man on TMZ. Start popping up over there to give some work. Wow. Where do we do that? Hey, that'd be like some back in the slave days. Somebody be like, man, I'm leaving master. Man, dude, we ran away from master. Yeah, we gonna go to this other master house. Yeah, he'll probably treat us a lot better than the other master. Hey, we'll be slaves. Yeah, our last master, he used to, beat us after he fed us. He'd be like, I ain't feeding you Negroes. Get in there and do that. You eat whatever you find on the ground. Feed you? He was too nice. You'd be like, damn, we should have stayed with other masters. You see? You got to realize it's okay to be a boss. People don't want to be bosses because of the fear of responsibility, on the onus of it being on you. They don't want to take the risk of putting it all on their shoulders and go out and do it. Some people just ain't built like that. They just want to be workers. Now, you got to look at something totally clear here. When people are put on a pedestal, right, and said they're the boss, they have people under them, right? The people right under them. They're going to tell you the what and the who's and the what's and the whys. They're telling you that. I told them this was how it was going to go. This is what happens when you want to be a worker. When you want to be a worker, you're always replaceable. When you're a boss, you always going to be that. Every walk of life you move, you a boss. You handle your own business. You are an entrepreneur, a boss. I don't run around here talking about my boss, my boss, my boss, because I don't have one. See, this is why I keep telling people you have to work to that position. I had bosses before. I've been there, done that. But even when they were my bosses, I bossed my boss. Even at the employee level, I was a boss. It was my attitude. So I didn't have that mentality as all the other people did. I didn't have the mentality of, I'm just here. This is where I'm going to go. I love it here. And I love this place. Nah, that was me in the early years. I've been out of that phase. I'm like, no way. So see, I was taught, because the way we were blue collar family, besides my mother, everybody was just, really out to get a job. And that's it. See, my daddy's DNA is in me. My daddy is the same way. He became a self-made boss. The same way, working for a company. And it was weird because I ended up doing the same exact thing he did without really knowing what he did. We did the same exact thing, faced with the same crossroad. The same guy that believed in my father, it was another guy that believed in me and said, man, this dude's different. We're going to work with him. We want him to stay. But unlike my father didn't, he was in sales. My father didn't have any sales. He was a young kid, no experience. He was there to learn and observe and pick up. And he was trying to get it. But it was the way he acted on the job and the way he was trying and the way they was listening to him on his calls and saying, you gonna get it. We gonna stick with you. And the guy who had one sale, he was, I already got my sale, so I'm already in. You ain't got no sales. You ain't gonna be there. They got rid of that guy because his attitude, the way he worked. They knew he was gonna be a slacker. He wasn't gonna come in to work on time. They just let him go. Even with his one sale, he couldn't believe. He's like, I got one sale though. And it was like, yeah, but that was kind of a fluke. We listened to that call. You ain't do none of the steps we taught you or anything. You just went and just got lucky. We can't pay you on lucky. We want somebody who's going to get it and eventually hit, and they're going to be rolling. We ain't got to worry about that. We've been in here doing this for so long. We know who's going to hit and who ain't. Because it was about attitude and preparation. My father was always prepared. My father was always going to be one step ahead. He was always going to do the work. And once they believed and gave him the chance, and just like they said, in about a week, he was off and running. Then it got to the point where he started to realize where the money was coming from. And he decided, wait a minute, I'm actually making peanuts. But to everybody in the hood, he rich. But he looking at it like, okay, now this is back, you got to think this is some years ago. I'm like a baby. So he was making like $65,000 a year. And that, believe me, is super rich for back in those days. $65,000 a year? Where they do that at? So what does he do? He goes ahead and says, all right, this is what I'm going to do. He signs, looked at the numbers and said, well, I'm crunching the numbers. This ain't adding up. So once he started adding up, crunching the numbers and saying this ain't the way it's supposed to go, he started seeing how much the company was making off the sales he was doing and how much he was getting back from that. And he found out that basically they're robbing him. Every sale he made, and this is how much I'm getting. And they're making this money continuously off this person. And I don't get the continuous. I'm just getting paid off the initial sale. And that's it. And it fades away. And now you got a client that you can milk for years. And that's revenue that's keep coming in. One client could be bringing in $100,000 a year. And now I'm only getting paid off the initial sale. This ain't right. Eventually, my window gonna close. And then I'm out in the cold. They still thriving. So my father did something he shouldn't have did. He bounced. But when he didn't just bounce, he took the clients. Now, this is totally illegal. It's bad practice. But hey, he a guy from the south side of Chicago projects. This is how you move. You either survive or die. That's it. No middle ground. So what did he do? He went ahead and put all of his stock and all of the stuff that he was invested in and things, and he bought his own LLC, and he named the company almost the same thing as the other company. He just changed the letter. Instead of naming the word, he just put it as a letter. So the people who was buying from him were food because they're familiar with him. You know, when they come in and do their orders and everything, they're familiar with him. So they know, so they still thinking it's going there. He said, no, you got to address the payments to here now, to this company. So the other company is figuring out, like, why we lost that client? What happened? We lost this client and that client. Where did they go? My father realized I can order the same stuff that they doing, that they ordering. I could pay for that. I will order that. I will send it to them. I will make sure people get what they're supposed to get delivered to them. I'm going to do that. And then they could just order it directly from me. Now I'm the boss. I could do this whole operation from home. You got the phone system set up, everything. Mentality of a boss. What Godfrey and his crew got, that ain't the mentality of a boss. I did the same thing my father did. Same thing. I went into the company and said, I could do this, these government phones myself. Why do I need to work for you to do that? I don't have to work for DirecTV. I can just basically sell the product myself. I can sell it, get somebody else to install it that does installations, hire them to do that, pay them the peon fee. I'm keeping the majority of the money. I cut out the middleman. Rather than working for DirecTV and then making calls and orders and doing all that stuff and then get a check at the end of the week with a base salary, who wants to do that? I'm going to make sales and get paid off my work and be a boss, independent contractor. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grind to get it. So when I realized I could be my own boss, I could order my own supply. Then the government phone lit came around. That was it. That was the big boom, government phones. They free and these people know they qualified for them. I was like, I don't want to have it where I have the phones on me so I can get robbed. No, they're going to send it right to your house. Had the tablet. Boom, 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 boom. So when I left them, they had gave me a tablet, everything. I gave them their tablet back. I gave them their promotional board back. I said, I don't need all that. I can get my own license, which I already got. I could do it all myself. I don't even need you. I can sign myself and do it. I could buy my own tablet and do it. I have my ID to do it. I'm legal. I got my shirt. I can go in there and do all of the things I need to do. That's how a boss moves. A boss thinks, how can I eliminate the guy telling me what to do and I can do his job for myself? Now, what Godfrey and them did, I understood why Corey felt the way he did. It's the same thing I told you. They work independently now. They used to be employees. So they used to following behind other people, waiting for other people to do stuff for them, give them trinkets. They want somebody to cut them the check. They don't want to be the check writer. They don't want to pay themselves. You ever write a check to yourself? See, they don't know what that feels like.
Yeah, but I'm talking about real life. We talk about the shit. I saw it, homie. From now on, when you see that nigga on stage and you got to sit through that long ass loud show, just yell out mild, and he ain't gonna be able to say shit. You're not gonna be rocking the house, man. Y'all get the fuck out of here. But look, who? Dante, the brother Dante. I'm not talking crazy to y'all, Godfrey or Dante, but in my opinion, you took his side. See, this how I live. It ain't no I'm down the middle. You either on my side or you on the other side. And if you walking on the middle, I'm going to push you on the other side. Godfrey and Dante, I'm gonna keep it real. I think y'all like Dirty Larry. I think y'all like him. And I'm talking about Backdooria like. Y'all can't be saying he a beast on stage. He must be a beast in the bedroom.
Hell, that boy Corey, boy, I tell you. Listen. Oh, man. Shouts out to the 5150 show. Please subscribe to Corey Holcomb's page. Go to Corey Holcomb page, subscribe, hit that notification bell for the 5150 show. Fair Use Act. We're only playing this clip. We're not going to broadcast the whole show. Believe me, the whole show is explosive. But just to reiterate off what he was saying is they went and start taking up the dude. And they had just talked to Corey. That's the thing. He called Corey laughing. Godfrey, he can't stop laughing too. What happened, Corey? He want to know what really went down. So if Danielle, your boy, you really riding for him like that, you wouldn't have said it like that on the phone. But then you want to go on TMZ and act like I was embarrassed for Corey Holcomb. Not saying he said that verbatim, just saying in that type of tone. Like, yes, the embarrassment and why must we always attack the poor homosexual community? Why are they always the victims? You know, it's right. You know what time it is. So that was their case.
To be a beast in bed. Donnell, I didn't know you be knocking them niggas down like that. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this to let you know. Godfrey.
Yeah.
I'm only talking facts. Because the streets don't know. And I always had you up under me as a friend of the family, so, but the streets don't know. Godfrey. You stay with a gay Caucasian male, am I right? Because y'all said, they was up there, they said, Corey said, if you did 3 movies or more, you perform fellatio. That ain't what I said. I said if you did 3 or more movies, you probably had a dick in your ass. I didn't say for sure. I said you probably had a dick in your ass.
Corey, boy. Woo! Look. Man. What he basically saying to the West Coasters is he wasn't talking no unnecessary manliness, man. What he was saying is that if you do 3 movies or more or 3 flicks, you know, out there in the business in Hollywood, you know, you might have to unask some of that shoot if you've done more than 3. Man, the way they talk on the West Coast, man, I swear they could win literally, you see the most gangsters individual with some vocabulary. It'd be like, man, I didn't even know that, man. You could be a literature teacher. Yeah, the way they talk, man, and it'd be like street slang, like squabble. I'm like, if that ain't the most suburban, seem like the suburbanized word you would ever hear in your life. It was like, man, I'm gonna F you up. Let's go outside so we can squabble. Squabble? That's a board game. We gonna fight. We finna get it on. We gonna rumble. Squabble? My homeboys might squabble, but we don't fall down. Now, getting back to Tasha K, because it must be said, you know, see, that's the part that people have a hard time grasping. It's the part that it must be said. Because people got to understand and get the gist of how far we are going to prove the point. Because if you follow it at the end, there is a point. all the things Corey is saying is making sense. So that's the biggest thing that he said so far in this whole thing is so. But Tasha K was going off like she had a major bond. And she talked to the family. And she got this going on. I'll be like, okay, and so? What this is going to do? Like, what is supposed to be revealed? What is this audio tape? What is the... If you got it, let it go. Drop the bomb. Corey, because you think Corey gonna pay you to be quiet? You got the wrong guy. I said countless times to people so they would understand. I don't have a dog in the fight. But if I did have a dog in the fight, Corey's right. Everybody else is wrong. That's just it. So, listen to this.
Corey's talking about. It's another YouTuber. Her name is Tasha K, big time blogger, and she recently made some comments about Corey Holcomb and his relationship with D, as well as his relationship with his daughter. We'll play the clip right now.
Corey Holcomb got a lot of smoke for a lot of females out here in this industry. He sit up there all day, his below average looking ass, his titty, gut sitting over the stomach, thick ass hairline, and I know it's great because that motherfucker's in his 50s, calling every woman, including his daughter, a bitch. You be talking major shit for women, but I got something for that ass in a minute. Cause boy, when I tell you, I spoke to the family, even his ex-wife. We're gonna talk about their family. Go ahead. Let me go ahead and pull up the side bitch name. He ended up getting a relationship with the daughter's mom when they were young. She became pregnant. He was living with his mama. His mama said he couldn't stay there no more because he was fat and nasty and shit, didn't wash his ass. So he ended up meeting a girl, getting her pregnant. They had no money because he was young to get a place, but he asked the girl's parents if he could come live with her. They was like, no, you can't lay up in here. So he was trying to get married, trying to, buy a house, and her parents would not allow her to marry him because he was young and unstable, and his mama didn't want him. So basically, he was just trying to leech off of her and her family. So she moved in with her family, had her baby, and left him. Raised a daughter. He went on to have more kids and shit, and became a comedian. And I put on with Kevin Hart and them, and then quickly got blackballed, married. And here's where it get a little sticky. He got a wife now who ended up leaving because she found out that he was that female co-host that's on his show.
And my first initial thoughts were pretty much what Corey.
Now, that was crazy. When she said that, I thought she went way past the gun line. But as Corey do, put her in her place, respect.
All y'all people who nosy and want to be in everybody's business and all that shit. If me and D and didn't tell y'all what you gonna do about it?
Airport.
What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do?
I was like, oh God.
If y'all don't get y'all cake ass out of here. Back on this Tasha K bullshit. It's terrible that this bitch would lie and act like she interviewed my daughter and she interviewed some people just to get likes. Bitch, let me tell you something. When you lied and said, Corey Holcomb just called and threatened me. Because when I called that bitch, she was shocked. Because she didn't know motherfuckers could get a hold to her. The hoe didn't know motherfuckers could get in touch with her. That bitch was recording the shit, and I know how motherfuckers record shit. That's why I wouldn't dare threaten the bitch on the phone. All black men, it don't matter if you mad, you don't threaten people on the phone. Whatever you gonna do, you don't do it on the spot. When Donnell Rollins disrespected me and started yelling in the crowd, I was like, okay, this is a Hollywood moment. I ain't finna be walked out the door like Killer Mike. Because you saw they did my brother Killer Mike, and he ain't even do nothing to the bitch for real. I bet the bitch head wasn't busted. You cannot go to jail over a scuffle because that's what they're gonna do. They're going to call the cops, even if it's just a push.
Yep.
He assaulted me.
Right.
Yep.
This is how they do. I'm saying to all the brothers, you gotta keep it cool while the spotlight on you.
Yep.
Young boys, younger than me, please listen to me. When the spotlight is on, which is everywhere now, because like I said, when I called the whole Tasha K after she lied, act like she got some audio. Bitch, if that hoe had audio, that bitch would be playing the audio. That bitch would be playing the shit. If you got the audio, come with it then. I don't know. Me and my daughter had a misunderstanding and you trying to run with it to the point where you want my daughter to get in touch with you. That's why you saying it. But Don't you know the dynamic between father and daughter? Even if I f up and say what I said, it's still my daughter. We have a chance to reconcile. You trying to come between that, bitch.
Me, I was actually just going to elaborate on that.
You trying to come between a man and his daughter reconciling. You want my daughter to come on and talk about her daddy. What an awful woman you are.
There you go, Corey. Look how he got PC on him. He said, what an awful woman you are. He did it like a radio show host, did he? Her Confederate. Her lover. And I'm telling you, he did it like they do. They used to do those, y'all too young. They used to do the soap time things on the radio before television. Radio was king. That was it. It'd be 50 people lined up at a radio, like listening to the story and the way the narrator's breaking it down. He comes and creeps in the room. And they used to have this thing and to do the soap operas, and they run it all the way down and tell you the whole script about him. And you're like, she cheated on her boyfriend in college. Then she met Mad Dog Edwards. They went on a killing spree together. Everyone thought she was a victim and a hostage. That was her Confederate, her lover. Dun, dun, dun. So as you can see, this is how it's laid out for people. This is how it's dynamically put in place. There's a lot of things that need to be captured and learned and brought to the table. Like I said, y'all can listen to the whole thing on the 5150 show. Listen to Corey Holcomb, subscribe to his page. And I want to shout out Kwame Brown Bus Life. Definitely Ticket TV, The Dreamers Pro, Jose Rodriguez Show, the Jag Sports with him. Welcome to HDII TV. Want to say shouts out to him. Nicholas Jacobs, wherever you are in the world, shouts out to you. I saw you in the chat one time, and that was cool. We got to get a panel going again and see what's been up with you. So, yeah, all these years, Nick is growing up in the world. So he's probably out and about doing his thing now. So we're out. And once again, thanking you. And go to the Patreon today. Today is March 1st. You know how we do it in March, or every first. We normally give it to you raw, right straight from the gut. Give you something you ain't heard. So let's get it.